And the starting lineups have concluded. So just sit right back and relax. We'll be back in just a moment.
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
And here we go, everybody. Tonight's broadcast will feature the Utah Jazz matched up against the Dallas Mavericks. And guys, for the Mavericks, they'll look to attack, but with efficiency. They want to push the action, but they also want to make the most out of their possessions. They feel that's the key to being competitive on a consistent basis. How good is it to see Kristaps Porzingis out there? You know, the guy who drafted him, Phil Jackson, wondered whether his body would hold up to the NBA grind. Is that still a valid concern?
Well, you could say that about all 7-footers, a lot of them. There's an extra strain, as I wouldn't know, but Shaq probably would. Only Porzingis, you know, he could do the best, but his physical shape is possible. But being that tall, Shaq, is it an extra strain put on your body?
Well, I don't really know because I was a little thicker than he is. But he's a unicorn. When he's healthy, we know he has the potential to be a superstar. Keeping his body strong and flexible has to be a focus for this team.
That does it for us. Thanks for tuning in. We will see you later.
It's the NBA on 2K Sports. Tonight, it'll be the Utah Jazz going up against the Dallas Mavericks. I'm Kevin Harlan. We've got Steve Smith and Greg Anthony alongside, and our sideline reporter tonight, David Aldridge. DA, take it away.
Well, the Utah Jazz tries to keep their players happy by financially incentivizing them. Contract bonuses include on-the-court performance, physical fitness, and off-season workouts. The team's general manager said, "To be a significant program, we need to be great defensively and with individual development. The bonuses are created with those goals in mind." Kevin?
Thanks, DA. Now we'll look at Dallas's starting lineup. We've got Luka Doncic, Tim Hardaway Jr. out there with Jalen Brunson. And there's Porzingis, and it's Finney Smith in at the power forward. And for the Jazz, Conley and Mitchell, the talented backcourt pair. At the forward slots, it's Bogdanovic and Ingles. And it's Gobert in at the 5, roaming the paint. You know, Steve, these teams we're seeing tonight both have very strong options off their bench.
And Kevin, when you have a strong bench, the starters love it because they know if they have a lead, they have some guys that's going to extend the lead. If they're not playing well, they have guys that come off that help them. And the opposing team, they know when you're a 9 or 10 deep team and you're very, very talented.
Now, here's Doncic. Hardaway passes to Finney Smith. Now, Doncic. Down to 5 on the shot clock, and he gets it to go.
And certainly not lacking in confidence. When Doncic gets these inside looks, he just jumps all over.
Now here is Conley. Gobert down low. He's against Porzingis, and slam dunk by Gobert.
Now flying high and throwing it down with the one hand.
Woo, one of his favorite moves right there, guys. Now here's Porzingis. Passes it to Finney Smith. And here's Brunson, covered by Conley. Dallas needs to get off a shot. The wide open look here for Porzingis, and a miss there on the triple. The drive by Mitchell, and it's Mitchell with the jam.
If you're the defense, not much you can do. Donovan Mitchell had his mind made up. Bad intentions.
Doncic outside. Oh, good on that one. Good work defensively by Conley. And here's Ingles outside. Hits the three-point bomb.
That's 3 straight shots to fall here to start. Looking good.
Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively, for sure.
Here's Doncic. They can't stop the run with that one.
great defensive effort just saved a basket.
You know what? This is why you never give up on a play. You don't know what's going to happen.
Now, here's Mitchell. Pass to Gobert. Buries it down low. Gobert's got his second bucket.
And early on, they looked great. They've made all 4 of their shots to start this game.
A defense unto himself. Rudy Gobert regarded by his team as the Utah Jazz version of Bill Russell.
And I like to see this. They're calling his number early, and he's delivering.
It makes sense, right? You're trying to get off to a fast start, and he can help with that.
And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. And Smitty, the standing reach of Gobert, 9'7". He's around the rim before he leaves his feet.
Yes, Kevin, the most efficient shots in basketball are dunks and layups, and he makes them hard to come by. Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
Free throw drops for Mitchell.
And Smitty, as tough as they are on D, the Jazz have been middle of the pack offensively. How do they improve there?
You know, GA, they can be a top 10 offense. The 2 things that have held them back are turnovers and poor free throw shooting.
That one falls, so he hits both of them.
Really a sponge. Donovan Mitchell watches a ton of film, accepts coaching, and applies it. A big part of his rise to stardom.
Now here's Porzingis. Some nice passing here by Dallas. Brunson scanning the floor. Shoots from the baseline, and Finney Smith gets it to go. And the early success of Mitchell speaks to his ability to absorb and take coaching.
Yes, credit that coaching staff, putting him in position to succeed, helping him also to develop. His decision-making is growing game by game.
And the Utah Jazz, not exactly a magnet for big-name free agents, Greg, but for their young star, Donovan Mitchell, it has been a perfect fit.
You know, they needed a score. He's played big minutes from day one and really thrived in that role.
He'll take his 3rd and 4th free throw shots of the game right here.
And converted more than 4 out of every 5 free throw attempts last year. So just solid at the line.
Shooting 2.
Free throw drops for Mitchell. And every so often, Steve, we'll see 2 teammates fighting over a rebound. You ever have a teammate upset with you for stealing his rebound?
A lot, Kevin. All the bigs I played with, those guys hated when guards came in. They would elbow you, and if you're on their same team, saying, get out of here. Especially for a lot of those bigs, it was a lot of rebound incentives in their contract, so they wanted to grab every rebound.
And Mitchell drops them both.
High-character kid, well-spoken. In fact, Mitchell's pre-draft interviews helped him rocket up the board.
Now here's Wright. Gobert with the block. And we're just over 3.5 minutes into the first quarter. Doncic with it. Now defended by Gobert. Here's Wright. Got it. Good job in the low post.
Playing with high energy, outworking the defense up the floor.
And I just love it when the fast break results in a high percentage look. Not always the case these days.
Now here's Exum. He feeds it to Davis. The pass to Exum. Shoots over Barea. Gobert. It's good on the putback.
And the story here, Kevin, early on is how well they shot the basketball.
And Dallas calls their first time out of the game. checked in. 1:44 left here in the first quarter. Berea dishes to Wright. Back to Berea. And he's going up for the alley-oop and the dunk by Powell.
And maybe that'll trigger them. Impossible not to get pumped up after that.
Yeah, well, you could see the immediate reaction of the guys on the bench. They are pumped up. Now, here's Exum. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. That's to Gobert. Trying to get open, it's Davis. Gobert can't hit.
What a defensive play. Gets the stop and does it without fouling.
Doncic. It's in. That's his third field goal of the game. He's 3 for 5.
Moving it around, 8 of their last 10 coming off assists.
Exum finds Davis. Now, here's Exum. Guarded by Berea. Puts it up from 12.
You know we talk about it all the time, guys. Those second chance buckets, always the result of that extra effort.
There's 39 seconds left to play in the first. Here's Wright. Again, the Mavericks score.
Yeah, these defenders just looked a bit overmatched, especially inside.
Passes it to Gobert. And that comes off the assist by Exum. 8 points for Rudy Gobert.
His fourth make in 5 tries, and we're just getting started.
O'Neal against Doncic. Pass to Berea. 3-pointer. That one, no good. Rudy Gobert, he's feeling it tonight and has been the driving force for Utah. Between his points and his rebounds, he was a star for him in that quarter. And don't go away. We'll be right back. During his tenure in Utah, Coach Quinn Snyder has quickly earned the appreciation of his players, including Rudy Gobert.
Very lucky to have a coach like that. He really takes everything, with heart, and he wants us to be the best defensive team in the league, as I do. And I think when the coach and the players are on the same page, usually, good things happen.
Coach Snyder doing a terrific job with his team.
Just a great tactician, and he's clearly got his guys buying in to his message.
And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. And the guys, what's your take on Utah so far?
Just cashing in on second chance opportunities. That's how they built this early lead.
You can do everything else right, but if you fail to take care of the defensive glass, you're killing your chances.
And a chance here presented by Gatorade to see who's on the floor, all fueled up and ready to go for the start of the second quarter. On the floor for Dallas, DeJuan Wright is out there with Seth Curry. Then there's Luka Doncic. Then there's Dwight Powell. And it's Kleba in at the 4-man position. Here's Doncic in the dunk by Doncic.
Has the vertical needed to dunk it. Doncic showing off the power and flair that he possesses.
Greg, you look at the young Luka Doncic. What impresses you the most right now about his game?
Well, Kevin, you just don't see many players his height who can handle and make step-back threes. Also, his confidence. He came into the league never doubting that he could dominate a game, and don't forget about his brilliance as a passer.
Trying to take advantage of soft defense, he might have gotten over-eager.
Goes straight to the defender for the dunk. Draws the foul. He'll go to the line. It goes on Ed Davis.
Go into the rack with energy in the D. Afraid to cut him off.
Yeah, gotta chalk that one up to some shaky defending.
In a close game like this, everything has to be challenged, and everything has to be earned.
Here's what Utah's going with right now. Joe Ingles, who's checked in for Davis. Bogdanovich comes in for O'Neal, and it's Mike Conley in for Exum. one drops. He ties it up. You know, Smitty, NBA referees, officials now have a presence on social media, aiming at educating fans on calls and why they're made.
Yes, and I love it, Kevin, if you have these demos and talk about plays and games and situations that you're educating fans. It's just that fans look at it when these referees, who are human, miss calls, and then they want to re-show these plays that they missed. We still got to understand they're human and they're going to miss some calls.
Well said, Steve. Here's Hardaway. Michael Conley making his last shot. Curry against Ingles. Stolen by Conley. And now running up the court, Ingles pushing it up. No one near Moutier as he lets it go. And again, it's the Jazz from deep.
I like that play by Joe Ingles. Doesn't have anything he wants. Keeps the ball moving.
Curry passes to Finney-Smith. Now here is Hardaway. Tries again. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact. Jeff Green picks one up.
Nice work to get it inside and draw the contact.
The Mavericks shooting their second and third free throws tonight. And the first one drops. Mitchell, he's checked in for Moutier. Jalen Brunson, he's checked in for Dallas. And that's good as he hits both of his shots. And here in the second quarter of action with a hair under 2.5 minutes played so far. Conley finds Green. Ingles with the ball. And it's Finney-Smith with the rebound.
And the pressure he put on that shot forced the miscue.
The rim protection at its finest. The result is the same whether you block the shot or simply change it.
All right, let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, coming into the 2017 draft, Donovan Mitchell wasn't sure he was ready for the NBA. Mitchell said, "I worked out in the summer with Paul George and Chris Paul. They were the ones who convinced me to keep my name in the draft. They said, look, you're good enough. Just go out there and show it." Kevin, through a couple of seasons in Utah, that's exactly what Mitchell has done.
He has made an instant impact on the NBA and the Jazz, DA. Thank you. Here's Powell, following the basket by Donovan Mitchell. The pass to Hardaway, beyond the arc, and the three ball is good. Hardaway has got his first 3 points of the game.
Now, that's a high percentage look when the D doesn't fight over the screen.
Reason why it takes extra energy to do it. You have to trust your defensive rotations, but it's worth it.
Now here's Conley. Bogdanovich passes to Ingles. Mitchell is double. 5 on the clock. And here's Bogdanovich for 3. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Jeff Green. That'll be his second foul of the game. Rudy Gobert, he's checked in for Utah. And Dallas with a change here too. Borea's checked in. The Mavericks trailer.
And the signing of Bojan Bogdanovic, a great move for the Jazz. With his shooting, more spacing for Gobert and Mitchell to operate, he's capable of creating shots on his own as well.
Borea, no good.
More good work on the glass there. When it's all said and done, I think rebounding might tell the story in this game.
Now, here's Mitchell. 8 points for him. Bogdanovich wide open. And the Jazz, another 3.
That time, a lot of young guys would have jacked up a shot. Patience. Man flashes open. Mitchell delivers the basketball on time.
Here's Brunson. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. Borea against Gobert. Maria, no good. Utah leading by 5. Outside Conley. Pass to Gobert. Back to Conley. Now, here's Mitchell. Brunson covering. The Jazz need to get off a shot here. That one goes in. Mitchell's got the lead up to 7 now for the Jazz.
They are just killing them on the interior.
Correa finds Porzingis. Here's Finney-Smith. Now Hardaway. Ball's knocked loose, and the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Conley. And the Jazz with some changes. Davis comes in for Joe Ingles, and Royce O'Neal subbed in for Bogdanovich. Then for the Mavericks, Maxi Kleber, he's checked in for Dorian Finney-Smith. Doncic comes in for Hardaway, and it's DeLon Wright in for Jalen Brunson. Off the inbound, and it's blocked by Conley, and the whistle stops gameplay. It's not a clean block shot, instead a shooting foul, and we'll see free throws coming up right here. The Mavericks have made 3 free throws so far, haven't missed any.
And talking about last season, this team hit just 74% of their free throws. I'm sure they were hoping for better than that.
The first one falls. He's perfect from the line this time.
Yeah, in this quarter, they've had the right approach, driving and drawing, initiating contact, create opportunities, get to the line.
Now, here's Mitchell. He's got 10, and that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up.
I mean, a tough matchup. Donovan Mitchell is too explosive, too strong, and he's only going to get better.
The Jazz have hit all 4 of their chances so far in this one.
And team stats last season, 74% shooting, so some numbers that they can definitely improve upon.
Take a break. 2 shots.
And he makes the first.
And he needs to get back to what he was doing in that first quarter when he was in attack mode, drawing fouls and getting to the line.
So he picks up just 1 from the line that time. The basket counts, and 1. He'll go to the line with a chance to make it a 3-point play.
And hard work on the glass. Once again, guys, they put a lot of effort and focus on the backboard.
For Utah, they have hit most of their free throws tonight, 5 of 6. Free throw good, Davis. 26 seconds left now here in the second. Here's Porzingis, still looking for his first bucket in this one. 12 seconds left here in the second. Shot clock at 5. Tries it from the top of the key, and no good that time.
Missing that one helps out all the analytical guys from the mid-range.
So we've reached the end of the first half of play. It's the Jazz as they end the second quarter with a massive 16-7 run. Live from Vivint Smart Home Arena, you're watching 2K Sports.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back to 2K Sports. Ernie Johnson alongside Shaquille O'Neal. And the Jet, Kenny Smith. Let's get to it. Utah found themselves in a close game in the first. They were on a nice little roll in that opening period as they got their lead up as high as 7 points. Well, for the Jazz. How about you, Shaq? What did you think about Utah?
In simple truth, they just got hot. Didn't matter what the defense was doing, Ernie. They were definitely able to rise above it. Even the tough shots. Did you see that one shot? I don't know how they even went down. They can carry this over to the second half. It's going to be hard to beat them, boy. Woo-wee.
Kenny, how do you think Dallas played?
Well, the way I see it, they're losing this game because they're being out-rebounded. You can't give up this kind of differential and expect to remain competitive. So what do? You commit more guys to the glass, guards included. You make it a priority that if you do ultimately lose this game, it's not because you didn't rebound.
And that should do it. With the second half about to begin, let's send you back to Kevin Harlan. Go back, Kevin Harlan. Go over there.
And if you're just joining us in this one, first half is in the books, 1 half to go. It's been one outstanding game from Donovan Mitchell.
Yeah, and just look at the numbers from the first half. He has been very efficient.
And it's not like everything's been at the rim. There's been a number of jump shots along the way.
The emphasis on freedom of movement, less grabbing and holding on the perimeter, Steve, has made some players almost impossible to defend.
Yeah, James Harden, because he likes to be physical, and it's how can you not guard him without being physical in return? Steph Curry, because he gets the opening shoot shot. Lillard, Kyrie, Devin Booker, Giannis, Kevin Durant for sure. It's hard to guard these guys because they're so good on the offensive end.
Conley runs the point with Mitchell flanking him. Inside, we have Ingles and Gobert. And it's Bogdanovich in at the 3. That's the group starting the second half for Quinn Snyder. The first free throw is good. And Mitchell drops them both. Mavericks trailed by 11. Brunson up top, covered by Conley. A floater. Utah with the rebound. Gobert's got rebound number 7 for him tonight.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead. And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
A 3 from Porzingis. But they recover it. Hardaway from outside bangs home the trifecta. Hardaway has got 6.
And how about the vision there from Doncic? Can make the easy pass and also the difficult.
Mitchell against Hardaway. Mitchell gets to Conley. Now the dish to Gobert. Just 5 to shoot. Doncic feeling it out. And we're just about a minute and a half into the third quarter of basketball. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. Dallas shooting their 6th and 7th free throw attempts tonight.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
That one falls for Brunson.
There's a built-in respect for coaches who played in the NBA. The Jazz, Quinn Snyder, never made it that far, but as a point guard, he helped Duke make 3 Final Four appearances.
Catching up on the changes for Dallas. Mike Powell comes in for Dorian Finney-Smith, and Curry subbed in for Hardaway. So he gets them both. Smitty Snyder, also an All-American in high school, 2-time Washington State Basketball Player of the Year in high school.
Led Mercer Island to a state title, and then experienced coaching in college, the G League, and abroad. He's a lifer, and he's been around the game far and wide.
I love that they're continuing to attack despite being up big.
I'm impressed with their intensity tonight. They've came in focused, and they've executed.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
The length of Gobert causes the defense plenty of problems. He's very clever at drawing fouls on his shots.
And the 7-foot Frenchman, Rudy Gobert, former Defensive Player of the Year.
They call him the Stifle Tower. He's the anchor, the foundation of this team. He changes the complexion of the game when he occupies the paint.
First free throw is good.
Rudy Gobert can change the game in so many ways. He does it with his length, his height, and his impact.
Here's what Utah's going with right now. Green, he's checked in for Joe Ingles. Moutier comes in for Mitchell. And it's Dante Exum in for Mike Conley. And Gobert drops them both. And so it's Doncic with it. He brings it up for Dallas. A 12-point game. Rebound, Utah.
Very cold start to the second half. 1 for 5, looking for some continuity.
Stolen by Brunson. Just over 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second half. Here's Powell, and the layup's good off the glass. Powell's got 9.
This is basketball 101. This is the size mismatch you look to create.
Exum passes to Green. Shoots over Powell, and Green gets it to go. And the Jazz lead by 12.
That's 3 of 4 here to start the half.
Doncic against Bogdanovic. And Doncic gets it to go. He's got 10.
And already in his career, Doncic displays a remarkable amount of pro moves, including that floater right there.
Here's Gobert. Unable to get that one. And it's Dallas the other way. That bucket.
And a big lead for them on both the scoreboard and the backboard thus far.
Dallas calls timeout. O'Neal comes in for Bogdanovic. Maxi Kleber, he's checked in for the Mavericks. Wright comes in for Jalen Brunson. White outside. Doncic outside. Stolen by O'Neal. And now Utah, fast break. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
We're still waiting for that first miss from the line this half.
This is his first free throw of the game.
Royce O'Neal taking 2 shots.
That's good from O'Neal. And Utah making a change here. Mitchell's checked in. That one is no good. Mavericks trail by 13. Doncic outside. Passes it to Wright. Just 5 on the clock. Again, the miss by the Mavericks. Jazz leading by 13. Here's Mitchell. And there it is for him. Mitchell's got 4 points in the quarter.
They are at their best when Mitchell pushes the action. His aggressiveness raises the level of this team.
Doncic outside. Makes that one his 6th of the night. Shooting a very healthy 6 for 9.
And, you know, he's enjoyed the kind of day you expect in terms of shooting the basketball. He can bring them right back into this game.
And it's in there.
And when they've gone to him, he has come through big time. You got to keep getting him touches.
Mitchell against Curry. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. The Mavericks have gone a perfect 7 of 7 from the line tonight.
At the line for 2.
Shooting 2.
First one falls for the Jazz. Joe Ingles, who's checked in for O'Neal, and Mike Conley subbed in for Exum. The Mavericks also with a sub. Dorian Finney-Smith's checked in for Dwight Powell. So he hits 1 of 2 from the stripe. Jazz leading by 14. Inside, Gobert trying to get open. Conley gets the bucket. Conley's got 6.
One of Conley's calling cards, getting into the paint and converting, even though he's often the smallest guy on the floor.
Now here's Curry. Pass to Kleba. Right, that's a 2-pointer, and Davis pulls it down. Davis has got 5 rebounds tonight. Conley against Wright. Conley scanning the floor. That's tipped. 2 seconds separating the shot clock and game. Wright with it. Davis with some nice D.
And the pressure he put on that shot forced the miscue.
The rim protection at its finest. The result is the same whether you block the shot or simply change it.
And so it's Utah in command with a 16-point lead as the buzzer sounds. Their strategy has been clear tonight. Work the ball inside, get shots in the paint, and now they are scoring with ease. We've got more in store for you right after this. And now we have a moment to reveal our State Farm assist of the game.
And he sliced the D wide open with his feed. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
Creating plays for others, it's an art form, but it's also a discipline. Fantastic job.
And as we head into the fourth, we'll see if there's a comeback in the works or if it's more of the same from the first three quarters. On the floor for Dallas starting the fourth quarter here. They've got Wright, also J.J. Barea out there, and it's Hardaway in at the 3 slot. Now here's Barea. Right side Hardaway. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2.
And really for a good portion last season, Tim Hardaway acted as the main source of points for the Knicks. It ends up more of a volume scorer, a role that he's going to have to develop.
Shooting 2.
And he knocks down the first one. And for Hardaway, he was putting up points last season, but the percentages, Greg, were down across the board.
And I think what we found out about him is that he's probably not best suited to be your primary scorer. Very capable of getting buckets, but you don't want him putting up more than 15, 18 shots a game for you.
Both shots good from the stripe.
Money from the stripe. He does a great job night in and night out.
Mitchell against Wright. Mitchell is double. Now the pass to Davis. Outside Conley. Fires the 3. Up again. Great positioning on the putback.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
And so it's Barea with it. He'll bring it up for the Mavericks. They trail by 16. And we've played through about a minute here in the fourth. Poke loose.
And that's one way to end up in the highlights.
You know what we call this play? A dumb play all the way around, especially at this particular time.
Here's Ingles. Goes up and lays it nice and easy. And the Jazz lead by 18.
Good find, and one of Gobert's advantages as a passer, he can see over everyone's head.
Just over a minute and a half played here in the fourth. Barea with a wide open look. No good on the triple.
And he has lost all confidence out there. Still not a single field goal made in the game.
Right against Conley. Back to Mitchell. And it's Mitchell with the jam.
Offensively, defensively, they are in total control.
This has been an impressive performance tonight. Even with a big lead, they've maintained their focus.
Now here is Hardaway. Here's Barea. Gobert with the block.
You really have to be careful with Gobert lurking around. He'll send it back.
Bogdanovich is checked in for Davis. Jazz leading by 20. Conley up top, guarded by Wright. Conley dishes to Mitchell. And it's Bogdanovich in the corner. Off target from three-point range. Mavericks trail by 20. And here is Hardaway. Bogdanovich against Barea. And there's Bogdanovich. That's good on the assist by Mitchell.
That's their third straight make off off an assist.
And the Mavericks call time here.
Yeah, just looking to tighten up their defense in the paint. They've got to be better.
It's a matter of want to. Helping out, contesting shots. You have to want to make the effort.
Of our Jordan player of the game, Rudy Gobert.
Yeah, and his percentage from the field tonight, just amazing. He hadn't just been gunning. He's been picking his spots, and you need that kind of patience and discipline to shoot as well as he has.
He sure has given this crowd a treat tonight. This kind of performance only cements his status as a fan favorite. Outside Hardaway. Back to Brunson. And they call the foul, so he's got the and one chance here to make it a three-point play.
How about how he sets his man up there, runs him right into the screen, and then gets the basket.
One shot.
One falls for Brunson. Here's Conley. Mitchell outside. Outside Conley. Outside Bogdanovich. Clock at 4. No good off the back of the rim.
Everything worked except for the outcome. You want him to shoot that every time.
And the shot goes in from Kristaps Porzingis.
Beautiful location on the pass as usual. Led his man perfectly.
Now here is Conley. And slam dunk by Gobert.
What a game for Rudy. We don't expect this every night, but it's an encouraging sign.
Outside, Porzingis. 1:53 left in the fourth quarter. Pass to Finney-Smith. Ingles against Doncic. Over Ingles. Doncic, no good. Jazz leading by 19. Passes to Mitchell. Got a hand on it.
And this is what they wanted. I mean, to announce their presence in this matchup with authority. Very decisive. It can definitely be considered a statement win for the Jazz.
The biggest factor tonight had to be their great shooting. They shot much better than the other team.
Yeah, they were working hard on both sides of the floor, but that sky-high field goal percentage plus the pressure defense to force the other team into a lot of misses. Love the effort tonight.
And one of the key components to this victory, if not the biggest, was the incredible performance for Rudy Gobert.
He played with a lot of fire, a lot of heart, especially on the glass. He's one of those guys who acts like every rebound is his, and many of them were tonight.
Conley gets the bucket.
And you know they feel good giving their fans a show here while taking care of business.
They're going to win by a nice margin. The effort was there all night.
Now here's Porzingis. Pass to Brunson. Three-pointer. Drains it from beyond the arc.
Well, check out that assist. That's a pair of teammates that are clearly on the same page.
8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Here's Ingles. It's rebounded by Brunson. And so it's Brunson with it. He brings it up for the Mavericks. It's a 16-point game. Hardaway, no good. Now here is Conley. He's covered closely. And so it's Utah easily grabbing the win. This game may not have been the most exciting we've ever seen, but you have to appreciate just what a clinical performance they put on.
I know their fans appreciated it, and we saw at times just stretches of excellent defense, potency from an offensive standpoint as well. They were pretty much dominant.
It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thank you, Kevin. With Dante Exum. Dante, still a young guy in this league. What do you want to focus on with your development?
I think it's just staying in the defensive end. Sometimes in the heat of the play, you kind of lose sight of it, and it's just about staying in there and just helping your teammates out. So,
a very young guy on a very good team. Thank you, Dante. Back to you, Kevin.
David, thank you as always. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For Steve Smith, Craig Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan thanking you for being with us. We'll see you next time.